Hey, Cheryl.
Yes.
Hey, Cheryl. It's Henry with Ace Acquisitions. How are you?
With who?
Ace Acquisitions. I'm a local real estate investor here in town, and I was just calling you about the property at Asbury Avenue. And I was just curious if you consider selling the property for the right price.
For the right price? Yes.
Sure. I mean, do you happen to have a number in mind you consider selling it for?
$2.5 million.
So 2.5. Okay. Because I know that it's a mixed-use property. There's some retail on the bottom, and then I'm imagining above there's probably office or apartments.
There's 4 apartments upstairs. There's a shop in the back and a warehouse behind that. That's being renovated right now.
Got it. So I'm just taking some notes while you're talking. So mixed use, 4 apartments above. How many bedrooms are in those apartments?
They're all 1 bedroom.
Got it. All 1 beds. Okay. Retail on the bottom.
2 stores.
So 2 retail.
1 is small and 1 is not small. Normal, I guess.
Understood. 1 is smaller than the other. And then you said behind it is...
Well, they're all connected now. They used to be separate, but I connected them all, and there's a shop behind the main building with the retail and a warehouse behind that.
Okay. And then do you have like a rough square footage for any of that in the back?
I have no idea.
That's okay. I can do the homework. Don't worry about that.
5,000?
You said how much? I'm sorry.
5,000 or 6,000?
Just for the warehouse?
No, I think total.
Okay, got it. Total. Just a quick question. How much was like the total rent per month?
Total rent per month for the apartments?
Just, I mean, it could be the apartments, it could be the whole thing if you have the number.
Well, the apartments and the store are probably about 7,000. The store downstairs is owner occupied. I have a business in there.
Oh, nice. You're in the smaller one or the bigger one? I'm sorry.
The bigger one. And I pay, you would say it's probably with the shop, $7,500 a month.
Got it. So the shop / warehouse in the back is rented for around $500.
$7,500.
No, I'm saying just the shop in the back is rented for $500. It sounds like, because you were saying the apartments and the other retail is around 7,000, and then you're saying the shop included is around
separate, and then another $7,500 for the store, for the larger store, and the rear shop.
Got it. Okay, so just to clarify, so you're paying right now for both the warehouse space and that larger storefront $7,500 a month. The apartments and the one storefront, again, not the one that you're occupying, total is about $7,500 a month. I mean, it's
the one I am occupying, the larger one, is $7,500 a month.
And then everything else is around 7,000.
Yes.
Got it. And if you were to sell the property, as an example, for a number that made sense, around the $2.5 million number, would you prefer to stay?
Yes.
Got it. Yeah,
But maybe not.
No, it's okay. I mean, just because again, one of the partners of the firm buys several of these types of mixed-use properties. Very interested in picking up another one in town. Again, I just want to be able to, speak intelligently with the partners. Is it okay if I see, if the $2.5 million number will work and we can see if we can do something together?
Sure.
I'm going to do my best. If we can just do one thing.
What's the name of your firm again?
Sorry, Ace Acquisitions. Can I shoot you a text on this number? Is this your cell?
Yes.
All right, awesome. All right, Cheryl. So again, my name is Henry. I'm going to shoot you a text on this number so you have my info. And then let me do this. What was the best email for you so I can send you something? All right, so really simple call. This is why I push people to just continue to make calls, right? Like I get the same hang-ups, I get all the same stuff that you guys are doing, but this is a very simplistic call. Would you consider selling the property for the right price? Great opening line for people if you're just getting started. She said yes, of course, and then I said how much? She said $2.5 million, and we went through all the details of the property. Now I'm gonna do some homework and connect with my buyer. I'll get back with her within the next 24 hours, hopefully maybe even later tonight. We'll see if we can get a deal together, right? I mean, this is the simplicity of real estate. Very friendly, great conversation, and this is exactly how simple most of your calls can go. You just have to continue making your calls.
Hello.
Yeah, hey, Rich?
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, Rich, this is Henry with Ace Acquisitions. How you doing?
Who's this?
Henry with Ace Acquisitions. I'm a local real estate investor here in town, and I was just calling you about the property on Asbury Avenue. Just curious if you consider selling it for the right price.
The right price, yeah?
Okay, awesome. Well, look, just curious, I mean, what do you think that right price would be for you?
$3 million.
Listen, I'm a local guy. I actually just bought a 10-family literally right around the corner from you. Any reason, are you interested in buying more properties, or you're more interested in just maybe seeing if you can get your number?
If somebody's interested and wants to buy it, that's the number.
Got it. Understood. No, that's fine. Do you occupy this space currently?
I run a business there, yeah.
Okay, that's sort of what I meant. I'm wondering if you were owner occupying the property. So around $3 million, and then have you ever looked at the zoning of what you could put there, or no, not really?
No.
Okay, just curious.
There's a lot you can put there.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's actually, what's funny? Do you know Jesse, who runs MB Motorsports down the block from you?
Yeah.
Jesse's my cousin.
Okay.
So, anyways, I'm just saying, like, I got a lot of friends, family in town here. So I figured out. Well, look, let me.
If I sound vague, I am, because I get a lot of calls all the time.
No, listen, it's okay.
It's currently not for sale, but if somebody wants to come up with a price, of course, I'm going to sell it. So
I understand. I hear you. Well, how long have you been there, Rich?
take a look at it, do your homework. If you're interested, you can call me back.
Okay. Well, Rich, before you go, two things. Is this your cell phone, the one I just called you on? All right, cool. I can shoot you a text here.
If you like, sure.
All right, I understand, because I'll shoot you a text with my info, just so you know, I'm not just like everybody else. I'll shoot you a text with my info, and then we'll see what we can do.
You got it.
You got it. All right, I'll speak to you soon.
Have a good day.
You too, bye. Any type of deal that I get that is zoning, not like what I'd be buying here is the land. I'm buying land, right? And the only thing that I can really make sense of is the fact that it's his business. Like, I'm not going to make sense of any of that. Like, it doesn't matter how much money he's making in a business. It's more like I have to do some homework. I have to do some digging as to like how much the land is really worth before I call him back, right?
Angle in.
Yeah, hi, I'm sorry. I was looking for Cindy.
Yes.
Yeah, hi, Cindy. This is Henry with Ace Acquisitions. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, wonderful. Thank you so much. I was just giving you a call because I'm a local real estate investor here in town, and I was just curious to see if you would consider selling the property for the right price.
Not really.
I'm not assuming that you're in this crazy position that you need to sell, but I'm sure for the right price you might consider something, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Do you have a number that just sounds outrageous that you would consider selling it for?
The last offer was $20 million.
Okay. If you got $20 million, would you take it, or is that not?
I'd really have to think about it.
Yeah, like, listen, I'm not here to pressure you into doing anything. It's
Because
just.
I don't know what's going on with the guy in the almost round office.
Yeah. Sure.
And I'm not so sure if I want to go 44% capital gains, you know what I mean?
I assure you, I don't blame you, right? Like, I'm in the same boat. You know what's interesting, though? I'm an investor and I specialize with working with individuals like yourself who go through big 1031 exchanges. So I can basically help you essentially pay as close to zero tax as possible and taking some money off the table.
Sounds interesting.
Basically, what we'll do is that I can basically show you some strategies where, again, we get you the right price for this property. Okay. Again, we'll figure that out. Let's just assume that it's the right price. And then what we'll do is that we'll basically, I'll introduce you to, a good accountant and 1031 exchange officer, which basically they'll explain to you how we can essentially shelter every dollar as much as possible from paying any taxes. There are simple ways to do that.
Oh, okay.
Why don't we do this? If you have like 2 seconds, how many units was there? Because I know there's obviously quite a number.
I'm licensed for 150.
Okay.
I'm not your typical park. I own most all of them, except there's 17, soon to be 15 homeowners.
Okay. Got it.
So I rent the home and the property.
Got it. So you said about 17 tenant-owned homes.
Yes.
How many vacant spaces are
And
there?
their rents average about $200.
$200
Some
per.
are a little higher, some are a little lower.
Got it. So on average.
The remaining home, my most expensive is $1,300, and I have a couple that are in the fives. Average would be probably about 9.
Got it. Let's do average 900 per month average, and that's for the tenant-owned homes, I'm imagining.
Those are for the ones I owned.
Oh, okay, got it. Great. And then $200 per month for the tenant-owned homes, you're saying?
Yeah, about that.
Okay, awesome. And then is there any vacancies?
Yep.
How many vacant spaces are there?
20.
20 vacant lots.
Empties that are like homeowners that I haven't redone yet.
Yep.
13.
So 13 empty homes?
Yeah.
Got it.
That are needing to be redone. See, I don't pull them out and put in another one because they changed all the things of
Sure.
having to engineer each lot now. So I just go in and redo the whole thing.
Yeah, no, that's smart. That's smart. Is everything separately metered, like water, gas, electric, septic system?
Electric, we're on well and septic. Soon to be water and sewer.
How soon?
They wanted it done probably in this past year, DEP.
Yep.
Because it's here now and they want us to hook up and nobody wants to do it. They can't get the manpower and the prices are just out of this world for materials
Yeah.
because the tenants are going to be paying for it. I'm going to go for a capital improvement,
Sure.
so I'll give a reduction for the water and sewer and then they pay their own. Each home will be metered.
And that's within the next year or so?
Yeah, as long as somebody will do it.
Yeah.
We've been in touch with probably 15 or 20 companies, and they all went, oh, we can't do that.
Understood.
Yeah.
And then you're saying electric is separately metered and gas is separately, or sorry, I guess there's no gas there at the property.
No, we're about a 50-50 split between kerosene heat and propane gas heat. all the units are propane gas. There's only a couple that are electric. That's about it. All my rental units have electric hot water. Some of the homeowners might have propane, I'm not sure. The other thing is,
Yep.
where it's only me, I don't have P&Ls monthly, I don't have any of that stuff.
Got it.
So it's like, my accountant right now is in the hospital.
So I'm imagining, is it mostly cash that you get, or do you get payments through your bank account? Do you still deposit everything?
I still deposit, I don't do online banking. And it's about 50-50, check and cash.
But I'm just saying, like, hypothetically, if, I'm sure your bank statements would at least have gross income numbers, right?
For checks.
Got it. Makes sense.
I don't want to pay a cash deposit fee. When I go to pay my property taxes, sometimes I'll throw in cash, and then I go and say, I raise a stink, and they take it off.
That's hilarious. I love it.
But no, I give a receipt for everything.
Sure.
I don't look over my shoulder for nobody for Uncle Sam.
No, I get it. I mean, listen, there's definitely some opportunity here. How close do you live to the property?
I live on the property.
Oh, you live on the property. Got it.
There's a two-story building. Downstairs is the office, the water plant. The office has a bathroom and filing cabinets and stuff. And then there's an apartment that used to be rented, and I got tired of that fast. And that's my baby Home Depot. And then the cluster boxes for mail are on the carport. Upstairs is 3-bedroom, 2 full bath, living room, dining room, kitchen, sun porch.
Got it. So it sounds like there's an office.
Generator that does the street lights and the water. I have 2 wells, the main well and then a backup well.
So you have an office there, one apartment, storage, and then all the utilities.
Right. And a tool room. And then there's a generator room built onto the back.
Got it.
That's all just the generator and welding supplies, cutting torches, stuff like that.
I think that there's some opportunity here. I mean, again, if you got a number that could make sense for you, again, a nice healthy number, and we could also help you 1031 the money into something where you had a very, very simplistic, for lack of a better word, easy, simple, no hassle investment where you're kind of just collecting a check every month, and there's like zero management to deal with. And is that something that you possibly consider doing?
Yeah.
And question, I mean, like, curious, because I know that obviously, again, you're trying to be as tax-friendly as possible with this sale. I mean, would you consider seller financing, where you could get a good amount of money down and then just collect a check every month with zero management?
Do what now? You want me to finance it for you?
I'm just saying, like, typically for individuals who want, a very good number on their property, right, as an example. If you don't have any debt on the property, what happens is that, my partners and I can put down a pretty healthy amount of money as a down payment, and then we would finance it, quote, through you, which would be exactly like you moving the money into another deal, as an example. And you would just get, basically, call it, again, I'm making something up, so don't quote it, but it's just more like you got 4, 5, 6% on your money that's that's left in the deal, right? So if you wanted $20 million and you got $5 million down and you financed everything else at, quote, 4%, you would make $600,000 a year to do nothing, right? And you would just, collect $400,000 a year. I mean, $600,000 a year on as in 4% interest on 15 million, right? So, and you don't have to manage
I have no idea about that.
Got it. So I'm just saying, like, No, it's okay. Listen, like I specialize in helping people basically structure these creative deals where it makes a lot more sense, on paper, because for tax purposes, right? Because, again, there's ways to kind of maneuver the money. Because again, if you're looking for a big number that, again, you don't want to pay tax on, there's a few ways to basically, I wouldn't say avoid paying taxes, but mitigate your tax basis, if that makes sense.
Okay.
All right. And you're local there now, right?
How long would it take me to be paid?
I'll give you an example.
Is this something over 5 years, 10 years, 20 years?
Everything's negotiable. So basically, again, the way I would look at it is that, as an example, again, not exactly what would happen, but just we would put down a couple $1,000,000, right? You would finance the rest for, call it 10 years, but it wouldn't actually be 10 years, right? Because what would happen is that between now and 10 years from now, we would refinance the property with a bank loan, and as soon as that bank loan comes in, that would pay you off completely, right? So you have, call it 5 to 10. We have 5 to 10 years to get the refinance, because essentially what we'd be doing over the next 5 to 10 years is restructuring the property and re-renting everything, fixing everything up, making the property as valuable as possible, so that when we go to refinance, we can pay you off. Does that make sense?
Where are you?
I live in Red Bank. I grew up in Freehold.
Oh, Red Bank, okay.
Yeah, I'm local. So, I mean, because again, you're on the property, so maybe what I'll do is I'll try to stop by maybe later this week, early next week. I'd love to, shake your hand, go through some details together, and, we can try to figure out something. And again, look, listen, if it works, great. If it doesn't, no problem. I'm not, there's no pressure, obviously, right?
To be honest, I wouldn't discuss any kind of financing or anything without my advisors.
No, it's fine. And listen, I don't expect you just to shake my hand and say deal done, right? Like at least we can meet. I'd love to shake your hand. You get to see that I'm a real person. I can at least present you with some type of written contract. You and I obviously we'd have to go through some numbers so we can get at least an idea of what's going on in the property, right? And then you can take all that information, bring it back to your advisors. They can give you some type of way to counter with us, make sure everything's legit, and we can see if we can put something together.
Okay, totally incognito.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah, sounds good. So actually, Cindy?
Because there would be an uproar.
Let's just pencil it in for like maybe 12 or 1 on Monday, and then we can move it if needed.
How's 1?
1 o'clock works.
Sounds good.
All right, wonderful, Cindy. Again, my name is Henry. I'll shoot you a text with my info, and then I'll see you on Monday at 1 o'clock.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you so much. Take care. Not too bad of a quick contact there, but we definitely got some great leads today. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the training.